James Wade, one of the best in the business.
Oh, that's just ridiculous.
Fantastic, James Wade! Your box office.
The machine. Oh, you cannot get better than that.
Clinical.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SSE Arena here in delightful Belfast for week number 12 of the Betway Premier League. All brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. It's time now to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, with a hatful of major titles, he's the former Premier League champion. Time to meet the machine, James Wade! Gentlemen, the newly crowned UK Open champion, and now Belfast, let's get this party started! Snakebite, Peter!
High averages so far, 104 from Chizzy, 104 from Taylor. Way mild, what are you expecting here? Peter Wright against James Wade.
Well, I was just chatting to Peter literally kind of 3 minutes ago, and he's changed his darts again, which I find incredible. He hasn't changed them for at least 3 weeks. He's looking for something. He might find it tonight, but like I said to Peter, he's pretty adept at throwing absolutely anything. James Wade, for someone that has been so consistent, he's got this air of inconsistency about him at the moment, and he basically stands up on that lead foot, and he's got to stop doing that. We've seen him average 110 against Michael Van Gerwen in a game he lost.
He beat Taylor last week.
Exactly, but he didn't play well, and I just don't think he's gaining any confidence from his performances, whereas Peter Wright is playing good on a consistent basis. So I'm just expecting Peter Wright to win a close one, to be honest.
Fascinating encounter. Michael Van Gerwen, Barney, Dave Chisnell, Taylor still to come this evening. Let's concentrate on Peter Wright against James Wade with Rod Harrington and Nigel Pearson.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, and Peter Wright on 15 points, only 3 defeats in 12 matches so far in the Premier League, but it's not a given that he'll make it, of course, because now you have Anderson and Van Barneveld on 14 apiece in 4th and 5th place respectively, and it's a big night for James Wade here. Almost last chance saloon, you could say. 10 points from 12 matches. If he loses this, Rod Harrington, you do worry for James that he's going to run out of games.
England, gentlemen. First
Especially
leg, Peter to throw first.
Chizzy goes and wins that last game. I know we've seen an exceptional performance from Phil Taylor there, but if Chizzy happens to go and win that last game, then it really does seem to be curtains for James Wade. However, Peter Wright, as you can see, throwing a set of darts that he's never played with before, and I'd have never guessed it, Nige, would you?
Yeah. Regularly throughout his career, Peter Wright, and baffles many experts why he does it, but who are we to question a player of his calibre? James Wade hasn't got the best of records here in Belfast. Only 2 wins in 9 outings here in Belfast for James Wade. Big night for this man then. Can he get the victory to put him on to 12 points and keep him right in contention for that top 4? Plays Adrian Lewis in the first game of the night at the Barclaycard Arena in Birmingham next Thursday.
140.
Well, there is one thing we do know about James Wade. If Peter Wright is not on his game, James Wade will beat him. I mean, he is famous for grinding results out. His win against Phil Taylor last week was a typical Wade. Hangs in there at 5-all and then throws a 12 and a 14 dart to finish it off. Look out for those checkouts just over the 100. Wade is one of the best in the game. However, if this man Peter Wright is on his game, you do fancy him to get over the line.
Yes. 7-5 win for Wadey. And
55.
Peter Wright with those new darts tonight, as we say. And which way will he go here? He's going to go down for 16s.
50.
So James Wade not on a finish here. So you fancy Peter Wright from here.
147.
Top he needs then for the first leg on the board with the throw for Peter Wright. Second in the table going into tonight.
On the first leg, Peter Wright.
Well, up for the task is Peter Wright. He got asked the question from James Wade, but those 3 big darts come, well, 3 darts too late. They should have been a little bit earlier in the match to give James a chance. However, it wasn't a breaker throw, so Wadey, no need to panic. He just needs to make sure he hangs on here, because as we said, like in the Chisnell-Lewis game, when you throw first, you've only got to break your opponent once, and all of a sudden you're 3-0 up, and that's what James Wade doesn't want to do here.
So, yes, James Wade, a former Premier League champion, twice finalist.
100.
Now, Peter Wright, who faces the hockey now on his right collar, has a very special limited edition Raymond Van Barneveld 50th birthday badge. Lovely touch, many happy returns. Barney, a true legend of the game. Peter only too happy to commemorate the occasion by wearing the badge on stage tonight. Nice work.
100.
Just make sure he gets invited to the party now. But going back to Peter Wright changing his darts, Nigel, I'm one of the players, you know, our ex-players and pundits, whatever you like to say, that can't understand it. I mean, these darts are so different to anything he's thrown, I think. And to change those darts from the 119.5 average in Exeter, then winning the UK Open, you just think, well, you stick with them, just improve them 1%, 2%, and all of a sudden you're in contention of winning Premier Leagues and World Championships. But he seems to be going, in my opinion, going backwards each time he picks up a new set of darts.
Yeah, and next week in Birmingham, What darts he'll turn up with there. He faces Phil Taylor in match 3 next Thursday. Snakebite. 14 for tops for Wade now. Now this is a big shot coming in now. Nicely done, nailed it, first time of asking. Good finish for Wade, levels it at 1 leg all here.
Well, if you're just joining us, you have missed 2 cracking games this evening. Dave Chisnell beaten Adrian Lewis in an epic, and then Phil Taylor 4-0 down and rolled off 7 legs against Gary Anderson. So he hit 17 140s in that match. That's incredible. 17 140s, 2 180s, and only 7 tons. That's power scoring from the power.
Not bad for a guy who's not regarded as the highest scorer in the game these days.
140.
And a guy that's retired and doesn't care about the game.
It was brilliant from the power. Shocked Gary, I think, when Gary was 4-0 up.
60.
Slowly but surely, Phil Taylor overhauled him and got the job done here in Belfast tonight. MVG and RVB coming up on RVB's 50th birthday, and Dave Chisnell and Phil Taylor round the night off. Terrific stuff.
Well, all the games are important, Nige, but that last one,
49.
Dave Chisnell wins, it keeps him in the frame. But if Phil Taylor wins, I think that puts 1 foot in the O2 for him.
Yeah, to put him on to 17 points, the power.
190.
With 3 nights remaining after this of the regular league campaign. Started with 10, we're down to 8
83.
after the elimination of Jelle Klaassen and Kim Huybrechts, of course. Double 12 for Peter Wright now. Can he use that as a marker? Wade's not on a finish anyway, so Wright's going to be back. But he would have liked to have got the job done there. Will he switch? Looks like it.
99.
So double 6, here he goes for Peter Wright. He's missed 4 darts at a double so far. That's better. Snakebite leads 2-1. It's going with the throw so far.
Yeah, he needed to hit that. He couldn't let James Wade come back to the board with 110, because as I mentioned earlier on, Wade is one of the best in the game at just nicking those legs. However, he's also pretty good at holding on to his throws, so got to have an exceptional leg here from Peter Wright if he's going to break the throw of James Wade. And these new darts just don't seem to be right for me. It doesn't matter what happens in that practice room, that's completely different when you get on that big stage, live TV. The nerves start to jingle, the hand starts to sweat, it's a total different grip on the dart. He always looks for perfection, though, I will give him that. He's always looking to improve, is Peter Wright.
Dipped below 90 now on his average, Peter. Now, good first start from James Wade here. Can he kick on?
140.
A nice steady ton 40. It's only second of the match for James. Peter's hit 5 so far.
What Peter Wright's got to be careful of here, that James Wade doesn't do to him that he did to Phil Taylor last week. Because James is not really nowhere near the top of his game either, but he's just hanging in there. And then all it takes is 2 exceptional legs at the right time, and then you get in control and then finish your opponent off. So fair warning to Peter Wright.
Yes, it's a case of after the Lord Mayor's show at the moment, this. Treble 20. He's going to go the 18s route, but the point I'm making, with the greatest of respect to these guys, is that the form of Dave Chisnell and the unbelievable comeback of Phil Taylor puts this game very much in perspective. ordinary at the moment
Plus 60.
in Premier League darts. This one, tops for James Wade for 2 apiece. Uses it nicely as a marker. Slight touch. 2 apiece. Still waiting for a break of throw rod.
And a maximum.
80.
And I have to say, you know, Peter's darts are so wayward at times. You know, the grip, they are a totally different shape than the darts he's played with, and
60.
they just don't look right to me. And he's going to have to be careful because he doesn't want to get a break of throw. And I don't know whether it's the shape of the darts, but he is skewing them off into them 5s quite often. And the one thing with Peter Wright, he's pretty solid. If he doesn't hit the treble, it normally stays in the 20, but he's hit more 5s tonight than I think I've ever seen him hit.
93.
So still, both players below the 90 mark at the 3-dart average. The opportunity is there for one player
85.
to go on a good run. How many times have we seen James Wade deep in a battle like this throughout his career and pulls through?
100.
Well, it's easier to get home from 2-4-8 with 9 darts than it is 2-6-1. So you might say a little bit of the advantage for James Wade, but he's got to hit the... Oh, needed a couple of trebles, and he's not done that. So Peter Wright's going to get 6 darts from here. However, I think if he hits the 2 treble 20s, he may try and liven this crowd up with the bullseye.
Now, will he go for it?
88.
Wade on a bogey, so Snakebite's going to be back, but can Wade put him under pressure?
41.
Not really. If it goes the ball route, it leaves double 16. 17 leaves tops here now. For 3-2.
62.
Well, Wade, he missed a chance there of putting Peter Wright under big pressure and getting back to the board. But at 1-4-7, it's going to take a big one. But that 41 in the previous 3 darts, he's just 3 big darts away from nicking a throw for Peter Wright. And to be quite honest, when Peter's playing like this, this is where Wade has got to, you know, win the leg. You're not going to break the throw of someone unless they miss a handful of doubles.
Well, it was his last opportunity. Wade was waiting to pounce. Peter Wright is struggling at the double, isn't he? He's missed 7 now. Got to put that in order.
60.
Well, that's a good first start for Snakebite here. Can we see our first 180 of the game?
140.
Give it a big build-up. Steady ton for James Wade, looking to hold his throw here and keep it at 3 apiece. It's a type of game where you do feel that the first break of throw could be vital.
108.
Right on cue, first 180 of the match.
Yes, all of a sudden Peter Wright has woke up. And it is at the right time as well.
140.
He's going to get 6 darts from 181. Hits a treble 20 now. If he hits a 20, no, he's going to go for 25 here. Now back up to the treble 20. Now I don't understand that, Knights, because he's got a perfect guide with that first dart. Stay on the, you know, the line and length. Switch with the 3rd dart, not the 2nd.
But he has an opportunity here now for a break of throw. This could be a big moment in the match. He's hit the treble, needs double 8 here. Nicely done. Peter Wright has a two-leg cushion now, has the darts as well, to potentially go 5-2 up. And must emphasise, if James Wade loses this, bad news for him in terms of potential qualification for the top four and finals night.
95.
Yeah, I have to say that both players are below par here. Well, coming up next, the birthday boy, Raymond van Barneveld takes on the world #1, Michael van Gerwen. No presents coming Barney's way from Michael, I can assure you of that. That will be hammer and tongs, and the way Barney's playing, who's to say he won't upset the odds again? The odds are upset in the first two matches of the evening.
And we have Dave Chisnall and Phil Taylor, both winners of their first game of the evening. And if they play to anything like the standard they did on their way to those wins, then that could be an absolute belter. Nice treble with the second dart for Peter Wright.
96.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a pretty good setup.
134. Change you require 161.
Well, he's missed that 25 that gives James Wade now treble 17 and a bullseye for Wade to get himself back in this game. Just on the outside, so Wright comes back 76. To hold on to his throw and go 3 legs clear. 76, he's already taken this out once this evening, cleanly in 2 darts.
Nicely done, 5-2. Peter Wright, who has certainly dominated clashes between these two in recent times, certainly over the last 12 months or so, on the head-to-head.
140.
1 leg away from ensuring he will not be beaten. Dutch fans preparing for the next game. Michael van Gerwen and Raymond van Barneveld. Should be a good one, that.
140.
Well, Barney has got pedigree against Michael. Beaten him several times. Well, the one I remember is in the Grand Slam a few years ago. Well, that was an unbelievable performance from Barney when he weren't even going to turn up and play. His wife persuaded him at the last minute. He turns up and goes on and wins the Grand Slam in Wolverhampton.
140.
Michael's come off a great win in Germany. He played exceptionally in Germany at the weekend. So
yes.
World #1 in fine fat.
Including a win over Barney in Germany.
81. Danger required, 81.
Now for James Wade here. Treble 19 leads double 12. Double 6. He's going to be back anyway, even if he misses this.
It's on the 8th leg. James Wade.
Holds his throw. Now, Peter Wright has the darts here. If he wins this leg, he won't be beaten. There'll be another point on the board to put him on to 16 points. And he's starting quite nicely here. That's a second 180, and that is his 40th 180 in the Premier League this year.
$137.
Well, that's what he's got to do. He's got to fire in a really low leg. Stop messing around. He's got a perfect chance to get points on the board here. He cannot give it up. Well, that's a great fire up with the maximum.
Yeah, 6 good darts to get underway. And although Peter Wright will be guaranteed a point,
60.
It would mean the best that James Wade could do is move on to 11. And that would leave him on 4 wins from 13 matches. Not the kind of record that gets you through to finals night.
45.
Wadey needs a big score here now. He really needed a couple of trebles on this visit.
100.
Peter Wright with plenty of time, you think, from here. 6 darts anyway, to get the 6-3 advantage.
Well, he may go 25 here. Yeah, that leaves at 76. He's already taken it out twice this evening. What that does to 25 guarantees him a dart on the ball at the double instead of at a bullseye. That's good thinking from Wright. Playing the percentages.
60. Editie requires 76.
So here we go. He's hit the 20, so 16. Well, he's going to go double 12 here now.
52.
Well.
144.
Can Wade produce something special here? It's not going to happen. So Wright's going to be back for double 12.
100.
For at least a point in this match. There's the target. Dip below. Double 6 now.
Yes, on the 9th.
Peter Wright will leave Belfast unbeaten here in this one. And that gives him another point guaranteed, moves him on to 16. And another big step, you feel, towards London and finals night. Confirmation then, Peter Wright 16 from 13. He can add another point to that with one more leg to move level on points with Michael van Gerwen on 17. But Michael van Gerwen with 2 games in hand. Phil Taylor, big mover and shaker tonight, moving into the top 4 with that victory. Onto 15 points and still a game to play this evening. Barney has gone out of the top 4 on 14 points. He plays Michael van Gerwen in our next game, and Chizzy on 10. He's still got another game tonight as well against the Power.
Well, if Wright does win this and then Taylor wins against Chisnell last on, you've got 3 players on 17 points. They will be 3 points clear of the next one, Gary Anderson. That is huge when we're running out of evenings for the others to get the points. So that's daylight. That's exactly what those players will be hoping for.
Yeah, 3 more nights to go after this, Rob. Birmingham, Sheffield and Aberdeen.
Well, those 3 players, Nigel, will be just looking at one more win out of those 3 and thinking, I'm comfortable in the playoffs. Because I know that's what I would be thinking.
And anything can happen. Anything can happen on finals night in the playoffs.
58.
Now Wright to put a bit of pressure on, needs a big score here. He started well.
135.
Bit of a deflection with the last start, but still gives Wade some pressure here. Well. Is this the moment that Peter Wright grinds out a victory to put him on to 17 points? He needs a treble 19 to start. He's hit it. 2 darts in hand for double 12 for the match. Only needs a 1. And Peter Wright moves on to 17 Premier League points. It was a hard-fought victory. Peter Wright 7, James Wade 3. And a reminder, our next match tonight is Michael van Gerwen and Raymond van Barneveld.
James Wade against Peter Wright. A little bit scrappy. 92.533 to average with his new darts. A 7-3 victory for Peter Snakebite Wright. Peter Wright, 7-3 over James Wade. Up next, mighty Michael van Gerwen against Raymond van Barneveld. And rounding off the night, Dave Chisnell against Phil the Power Taylor. Peter Snakebite Wright moves on to 17 points, level with Michael Van Gogh, has 2 games in hand. James Wade on 10 points. It's going to be a struggle for him. He's at the foot of the table. Let's hear from Peter Snakebite right now, talking to Laura Woods.
Always a tricky game against the likes of James Wade. You've relaxed now, you're interacting with the crowd, and they enjoyed that, didn't they?
Yes, both of us played terrible. We do apologise, all viewers and all the guys here. We both played terrible. James beat me the weekend in Germany, and you know, I was trying to get up for it, trying to get angry with myself, but it wasn't working. I managed to get the win, you know, so I was lucky enough. But, you know, I think if James was standing there, he'd apologise for the way he played as well. So, sorry, guys.
Let's talk about your darts, because there was discussion about the fact that you'd never used those before competitively.
No, it's the first time. I just, yeah, I've been practicing for a couple of weeks. Feel really good with them. When they go really well. Also, they don't go.
I was going to say, you said that you didn't play well. Do you put that down to the darts or something else?
No. I just, I don't know what it was, but I don't know. I've more practice with them, and I'll be all right.
You're now level at the top of the table with Michael Van Gogh, and he does play next, and he's got a couple of games in hand. But that must fill you with a bit of confidence. Yeah,
well, it just keeps me in the top 4. That's what my target is. I've got 3 more games to go. Just try and keep myself in the top 4.
Peter, well done. A win for you tonight. See you next week.
Yes, guys. Bye-bye.
Very honest with Peter Snakebite Wright, apologising for the performance.